Hey, welcome everybody to our journey, our LifeWave journey gathering. And hey, it's July the 18th and folks are jumping on here bit by bit. And Bonnie, I'm going to make you a co-host so you can let people in.
Okay,
Actually, I don't see that.
because I thought that she said made you a co-host, so that I think she didn't do it right. That's I was wondering about that. How
No, I'm supposed to be the host, but oh well, it's okay.
I know she wanted to do that, but I should have corrected her when she said she made you the co-host.
I should have shown her how to do it.
Yeah.
No biggie.
Okay, so
Really, not a biggie. All right. Beautiful. Welcome, everybody. I see you all jumping on here. And we're getting ready to start. So I'll just let you know I'm subbing in here for our wonderful Ariana Jill Buzan, and she's amazing, and she is in the middle of a conference right now. So this is a really special journey of restoration, and supporting the body to do what it knows what to do, to heal ourselves, to support our highest and best. And these our patches support the body to do its gorgeous work. So everyone here has the way we have this set up is that everyone has the opportunity to share whatever is going on in their patching journey, share what's happening for you, what's working. At the end, we will be able to ask questions as well, but everyone has up to 2 minutes to share. We just want to make sure everyone does have a chance. So that's how we're doing it. And Joan, not Joan Fletcher this time, but Joan, she was the early bird. So she's the worm, or she's catching the worm. And so we want you to share you since you were here as an early bird.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Joan from Wisconsin, and I heard Laura Eisenhower speak of the stem cell patches last spring. And so the seed was planted, and then this spring, David Schmidt. Okay, I signed up for the Global Healing Summit 2.0. There was 42 guest speakers. The summit was free, and my dowsing mentor was on there. So I thought, I'm going to try to do it. But because we live in Wisconsin, we have lots of snow. So that weekend of the summit, we were dealing with snow. So then Monday night, I get a notice that it's the last night to listen, and I had choices of 6 speakers to listen to, and I went, oh my gosh, I gotta stay up and listen. So I listened to a gentleman with the laser, one on ozone, and then I listened to the one with stem cell activation patches, and the light bulb went off. Got a hold of Ariana, got signed up, got the patches, and my husband has a real lower back, and it goes around the side of the hip, down the legs, down through the feet. So he's been challenged with this for quite some time. And 6 days of being on the patches, the pain was gone. But because we got more snow, day 6, no pain. On day 6, we got another 12 plus inches, heavy wet. So he moved snow by hand, re-injured himself. And then he re-injured himself again with the following snowfall, and then one just a few weeks ago at a job site, and he's not been able to get any relief since. So sorry for the bad, way. And I'm still waiting for some changes, and Ariana's been assisting me and getting the rundown, but we're trying, and we're hoping for this wonderful turnaround that the patches are able to do. So
Thank you. I think my internet I didn't hear the last thing that you said. I think my internet's unstable, but I think everyone else got to hear you perfectly well. Am I right?
yes.
Joan, thank you so much for sharing. And when someone has had multiple injuries and probably likely a lot of them around the same area, you definitely want to give it time. And did he use any of the patches specifically for pain?
Yes,
Okay. And along with the X39?
yes.
Good. Well, if
Yeah.
anyone, someone may have some suggestions of things that have worked for them. So,
Okay,
did you share your own experience?
I did.
Okay.
So we started April 20th and now it's just coming on 3 months and I've really not had, a real big breakthrough. So I'm waiting for that day. So,
Got it.
okay.
All right. Thank you so much. I've heard doctors get on some of these calls and say, I really let my patients know that for every decade they have been alive, to give it at least a month to go and make sure, absolutely sure, you're drinking plenty of water. And also, it's sort of up to us to not eat foods that are inflammatory foods, because that can kind of halt some of the stem cell activation work that is the natural thing that happens when we put the patches on. So you may be already in that world, but if I had something happening to me, man, I would have myself be, okay, girl, you're going to stick to this.
Yeah.
That's what I would do to me. So
Yeah. Well, thank you for letting me share. So
thank you so much.
I'd also like to share.
Beautiful. Joan Fletcher, my friend, share.
I had a lot of damage from electrocution and horse accidents, and was not getting much relief. So I used the AccuLife, which is for horses, of the Life Wave, and it finally stopped the pain, because it's like one AccuLife is like 6 Ice Wave. And so it was strong enough to stop my discomfort. And so I used the AccuLife on my body that had been injured many times for about 4 months. And after 4 months of using, I actually used the AccuLife on left side and on the right side. So I had 2 patches of the AccuLife on both sides of my body. And after about 4 months, it helped so much that I was able to use the Ice Wave and actually get the comfort to maintain with a smaller amount of the Ice Wave. And that is phenomenal. I still use the Ice Wave and it's working. So you might try that, especially for your husband, because if he's not getting the outcome that he wants, he may end up using the AccuLife to help. And he can do 2 on either side of his body, 2 AccuLife on the left and 2 AccuLife on the right, if need be, until it gets enough control. And I also use the X39 every day during the day. So that's an option that you can use and see if you get a better benefit that you can actually experience.
Beautiful, beautiful. I think that maybe everybody here should unmute themselves and make a sound like a horse.
Hey.
thank
That
you,
was
John. I think we'll consider that.
That was a hooray for you. So great. And Bonnie has her hand up. Bonnie, I'd love
I
to
have a
hear.
question for Joan. I've never seen the AccuLife. Is it 2 patches or is it 1 patch?
It's two patches.
Like the Ice Wave?
White
Okay.
patch and the brown patch.
And
So
then I
use
have
the white on the right side and I use the brown on the left side.
okay. And then I have a
I don't use any sugar.
Yeah.
Good
see.
girl.
Good. And then I have I have comment on with Joan just to, you know, when you think nothing's happening, I didn't think, you know, Bob was like your husband, Carol, you know, he got his knee, I mean, he just got a reaction right away. His knee stopped hurting, you know, he was just, and I originally started it because I had broken so many bones. One of them that was still really hurting me was my left wrist. And I was hoping, but I was on it like around 3 months. It took several months, longer than 3 months, so my wrist to stop hurting. But what I didn't know what was happening, because you don't feel it, is that the severe osteoporosis that I had was reversing. So you don't really feel it. You don't feel the bones growing back or things like that. So just hold the faith. That's
Yeah, absolutely. I feel so much younger. It's an incredibly beautiful experience. I will tell you, if you want to go learn a little more about AccuLife, if you go to AccuLifeNow.com, there's a whole website set up for the
Oh.
AccuLife.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And there's a bunch of really short videos that are mind blowing. So you'll see how it works.
Great. I didn't know
Yeah.
that existed.
Yeah. Who else would like to share? We'd love to hear. Sherry Louise. Hey there.
Unmute. Okay, you can hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I have a couple of testimonies, not my own, because I'm just flying with these. I love them. And well, I should share that life has been a bit strange for the last month. And because of my divorce, which was fabulous, but my ex-husband is still living in the house, so it makes it a little strenuous. However, I am using the X39 on the back of my neck. I use the carnosine on my left temple because 2.5 years ago, or almost 3 now, I was told by my optometrist and by DMV that I didn't qualify for driving because I had such a huge brown cataract on this eye. It literally covered the entire iris. And so I used a couple of products. I did, as I think Sandy had recommended, I had used the glutathione literally on my eyelid for a year, every night for 8 to 10 hours. And then I moved to adding the carnosine patch. And 2 years later, and actually for the last at least 6 months or longer, I've been able to thread a needle. I don't wear glasses at all for anything. And I can thread, I'm so back sewing, I can do anything with my eyes without a challenge whatsoever. So thank you, Sandy George, for getting me started. And then I believe Bonnie suggested the carnosine patch. And of course, I'm only doing this because Bonnie got on my case a year after I was introduced. And she said, "Are you going to do this or not?" Thank you, Bonnie. I am so thankful. The other 2 quick testimonies. Number 1, I have a client. He is in his early 70s. He's a recent widower. And he's almost a hypochondriac to some extent. But he has noticed in the 6 weeks he's been using the patches, he was planning on having hernia surgery. And it is receded so much that now he's not doing the surgery. He's just waiting for the rest of the healing to continue because he's doing incredibly well. And he's very excited to see what else is going to happen. And then the last one is kind of for us ladies. I have a long-term client who I've had for 20 or 30 years, probably closer to 30 on some other natural products. And she was losing interest in sex. She is between as close to 70 and just no interest whatsoever. So she said, "What if I put some patches down there?" And I went, "Hey, nothing ventured, nothing gained." So she started putting them in her panties. She used at 12 hours a day. She used the X39 and the glutathione and the Eon. And she says, okay, they work really well. It's on my mind a lot. How do I turn it off?
Wow.
I'm gonna have to spread that one around because people, women, after they get to know me, they go, is there anything for the libido?
And I went, she said, don't give my name, but please tell other gals.
Wow, what a blast. That is
Uh-huh.
great. Man,
So I'm single
fabulous.
now, but I'm not doing it because I'm single and I'm planning on not getting involved with any two-legged male creature for at least a year.
That's smart. Fantastic. Wow. Thank you so much. Great shares.
You're welcome.
Man. Yeah. And I love your eye stories. And, people can use one of those little sleepy eye masks and put the patches on the masks. You don't have to put them right on your eyelids. So
I have
there's,
done that, but
Yeah.
it's got to be, in my experience, it works best if the mask fits really close to the eyes so that it really snugs up.
cool.
But like I say, I can thread a needle and I don't need glasses to read anything. My daughter will bring me something to read. And she said, Mom, you can read Ant now. So would you please read this for me?
All right. I'm going to follow in your footsteps, girl.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Who else would like to share? I'd love to hear from you. Susan, are you raising your hand?
Yes, I am.
Super good.
I have all, as you know, I have challenges. And I find that if I just keep putting on the patches and going about my business, dog and I can walk about 8,000 steps a day, and I can do quite a bit and keep going without pain. And if I try to do things I shouldn't be doing, then the pain comes. But I am very pleased with the patches because they give me the energy to get up at 6:30 and do everything that I'd have to with the dog and the cat and the birds. So they've made a big difference.
Exciting. Well, you've got a lot of friends there, furry and feathery ones.
Yes, they get me out of bed in the morning, especially
Beautiful. Fantastic.
yes, so it's good.
Beautiful. All right. Well, let's see. We haven't heard from Sandy, George, or 407. Would either of you like to share?
I can. I'm on the phone, 407. This is Lori Trauger.
Welcome, Lori.
Thank you. So for myself this week, I'm actually driving home from hot yoga, which is, for myself, that is a blessing because I have been on the patches since late April, I guess, May, June, 2.5 months. And and I have my energy back. The patches have been a miracle in my life. I was one that had gotten that virus back when, and I had it for 2.5 years, the long version of it. And I was feeling absolutely miserable. And the patches put me over the top. I mean, I was starting to kind of feel better and taking a whole bunch of vitamins and anti-inflammatories. But when I found the patches, and it was X39 and glutathione that I was using at first, it really kind of put me over the top where it has given me my whole life back. So I've shared that a few times before, but what I wanted to share today, so right now I'm driving home from hot yoga, and I just feel blessed that I worked all day and went and did hot yoga tonight because I didn't have that kind of energy for 2.5 years. So that's for me, but my husband and I are separated, but I gave him X39, and all I told him was, it'll help with your aches and pains. This has been amazing for me. So he tried them, and then he bought a month. So he's probably into right now, maybe a month using them. And he calls me the other day. Now, I didn't tell him anything else, and he's skeptical. He's skeptical of everything. So, but he did say, wow, I am losing my aches and pains. This feels really good. Okay, I'm going to buy a month, and I'm going to see. And he was all impressed with that. But he calls me the other day. He didn't read anything about them. He knows nothing about them except what I told him, which wasn't too much. Hey, they'll help with your aches and pains, and they work by reflecting your light back into your body, and it activates the carbon peptide. That's all he knew. Says to me the other day, he's like, I'm not imagining this. I don't have to take my afternoon nap. I'm feeling so much better. I can get, he's retired, but he decided to go work at Lowe's. So he's like, I have energy after I work at Lowe's. I can go straight out, not tired in the afternoon, and I'm sleeping better. Then he says, it's like, I kind of am more positive. I have a sense of well-being. I thought I would hit the floor when he said that, because he has no idea that other people have said, I mean, I told him now, but to me, that really, it's amazing that someone's so skeptical. He's noticing all this stuff on his own without having read anything. So to me, that's just even more proof that, wow, this is really something. So that's it. That's my story for tonight. I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful that I have found them.
Oh, Lori, that's a beautiful story. And when you have someone who's skeptical like that, it's like a placebo person, right? It's like you go and patch a horse or an animal or something, because you can't put your thoughts into them, because you just see the results. And
Exactly.
super cool to see it with your ex. Fantastic. Fabulous. Let's see here. We have a little time. Sandy, I saw that you popped out and popped back in. Would you like to share?
Yes, I would love to, Carol. Thank you for letting me come in.
Absolutely.
I popped out because I didn't realize that giving them access to my camera unmuted me, which is very interesting. But anyway, at least my photograph is not showing up in my thing, so that's okay. First of all, I'd like to thank Sherry Louise. It's always lovely to get feedback when you've had helped somebody. So many people do not give you feedback. So thank you very much. The second thing I would like to say is the other day, somebody came to visit me and they could barely walk. I said, what the hell is the matter with you? What has happened to you? Oh, I have a spur in my heel. I said, you have a spur in your heel? And what have you done about it? Oh, well, I went to the doctor and they told me to take this prescription, etc., etc. I said, so did you take anything? They said, no. I said, thank God for Jesus. I said, just hold on a second. Let me just get you a patch. So to say what the last person was speaking, I was listening to them, but I didn't know who it was. To see in a human the reaction that you said you cannot see in a horse was amazing. I put the ice wave patch on her, the two patches, one above her arch on her foot and the other one on the heel. And she literally nearly fell off the chair she was sitting on when she realized the pain was disappearing.
Wow. Sweet, sweet. No accidents, right? Beautiful synchronicity that she showed up at the time she did for you to help
Well,
her.
Carol, darling, there is never a happenstance.
I'm with you on that, 100%.
But anyway, I just
Gorgeous.
thought I would like to share that because, when you see things in action, it gives you far more courage and fortitude to go out there and spread the word. So I just wanted to share that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Absolutely. You really rang the bell. And it makes your heart dance when you can touch someone and they've had a significant change in their life. Wow. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
So the patches help us really make a beautiful difference in people's lives. Thank you. I mean, everyone has shared in such a gorgeous way. Does anyone have something else they would like to add to this gathering we've done? Sherry
Quick que-
Louise.
Quick
Yes,
question. Did you record this?
I did. I did. The challenge, we're on Jill Buzon's Zoom, so I'm not sure whether it will be saved. It may, her cloud recordings may be full, which I think, but if it saves on my computer, you shall have it, girl.
I think she says she saves them to a YouTube, she has a private YouTube channel.
Ah, well, we didn't get to talk about that.
And I keep meaning to ask her for that channel because I want to hear the call.
Yeah, this was just a fabulous night, you all. Big hearts coming together.
hugs.
So we're doing this every week, and it's a incredible. I mean, can you not think of some people that you would love to have heard what was shared this evening? So you may want to invite your friends that you love and care about, or people that you've just gotten started, so they can kind of get more of a feel for what's actually happening for people. All right. Thank you all so much for making this a gorgeous day.
Thank you for hosting the call, Carol.
Thank you, Carol.
Yeah.
You're
Thank
so
you.
welcome. You're so welcome. All
Thank
right,
you.
everyone. Have a
Okay.
God bless.
gorgeous rest of the week.
Me too.
Thank you.
And you.
Here.
Thank you
See
so
you
much.
next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.